cut for Americans. Barack Obama proposes a tax cut for Americans. But this was in Parade magazine 2 weeks ago, so don't take my word for it, go look up Parade magazine. Under Barack Obama's tax plan, if you're making $70,000 or less, if you're making around $70,000 a year, Barack Obama will reduce your income tax by $1,118. Under John McCain's tax plan, you save $300. If you're making $600,000 a year, and there aren't many of us in the room making $600,000 a year, under Barack Obama's tax plan, you will pay $121 more a year. That's all. $121 more a year. But under John McCain, you will save thousands and thousands of dollars. That's the big difference between John McCain and Barack Obama. Barack Obama is talking about less taxes for all of the working people, and you have to work in order to get the tax cut. You know, only if you're working, you get the tax cut. And you will save a lot more if you're a working family under Barack Obama than if you're under John McCain. And the conservative American Enterprise Institute, this is a very conservative organization, the American Enterprise Institute said, and this was in Parade magazine, John McCain's strategy is to lower taxes for the richest 5% of the people in America in order to stimulate growth. John McCain's idea is that if we give the richest people in America a big tax cut, you and I will suddenly somehow get jobs. That has not happened over the last 8 years, and it's not going to happen in the next years under John McCain. We need to help working families right now. Right now. My mom and dad, my dad is 91 years old. My mom is 81 years old with Parkinson's, keeps falling down, hits her head, has gone to the hospital, and now has permanent brain damage. We have to hold her when she walks. We now hire someone to come into the house every day, 8 hours a day, to watch her to make sure she doesn't fall. Because the next time she falls, she could die. Seniors, our elderly, the people who raised us, the one who gave us our values, who sacrificed so much for us, they're hurting in America. Medicare doesn't cover everything. Medicaid doesn't cover everything. Under Barack Obama's plan, any senior citizen making less than $50,000 a year will not have to pay any more income tax. We owe that to our seniors. We owe that to our seniors. That means for the senior citizen who's making some money off of retirements, maybe has a part-time job working at the grocery store or something like that, has investment income, they will save on average over $1,000 a year by not having to pay any more income tax. That's $1,000 that they could use to spend on buying their prescription drugs, buying a little bit more food to put on the table, instead of, cutting down on their food. That means they can maybe turn up the heat a little bit instead of turning the temperature or the heat off just to make ends meet. Under Barack Obama's plan, you will be able to subtract from your income tax up to $4,000 a year if you are sending your kids to college or university. That's the type of help that everyday families in America need. Practical help, common sense help, so that all of us who are struggling can get by. But more importantly, Barack Obama wants to put people back to work. We need to create jobs in America. We need to create jobs, and he's got ideas of fixing up our roads and our bridges, putting more money in fixing and building dormitories and classrooms on our college campuses and universities, sending the money down to the states so that the states can spend the money on things that have to be done now. Things are falling apart on our roads and bridges. We've got to fix them, otherwise it'll be more expensive 5 years from now. So let's fix it now, and we create construction jobs at the same time. And when those construction workers are working, what happens? They've got money in their pocket. They shop at Macy's. They go eat in the restaurants. They buy cars. They support Home Depot. That means money that they can hire for plumbers and electricians and carpenters to remodel their own homes. It's putting money into the economy, creating jobs for all of us, and supporting our businesses as well. And this is a policy that works. I've done it in the state of Washington as governor. When we had tough economic times, we put more state money into fixing our colleges and universities, building classrooms and dormitories and laboratory space. We fixed our roads and our bridges. And we were able to hire and create jobs for thousands and thousands of people all around the state. But those workers, they have money in their pocket, and they go support the stores and the businesses in their own community. That puts people to work, and that's what Barack Obama wants to do. So I've been talking a lot right now, and I want to open up any questions that you might have and answer any questions you might have. We have some people from the Barack Obama campaign here who can tell you a little bit more about what's happening here in Ohio. But I can tell you that it's not just Ohio, not just Cleveland where people are hurting. It's in California, it's in my state of Washington, it's in Florida, it's in Texas, it's in Wyoming. People are hurting all across America. But we now have an opportunity to change that. We have an opportunity to fix that. We have an opportunity to give more hope to our children, to encourage them to have big dreams, and to say that in America, dreams can come true. And that's why we need to elect Barack Obama. So I'm going to open up to any questions that you might have, but my message to you is we need to vote. Now, a lot of the polls that show that Barack Obama is leading all across the rest of America. But remember, Al Gore got more votes in America than George Bush, and George Bush was elected president. Why is that? Because it doesn't matter how many votes you get in the other states. It doesn't matter how many votes Barack Obama wins. He can win California by 90% of the vote, and it doesn't matter. And he could win Florida by 51% of the vote, and it won't matter. It depends on what happens here in Ohio. Ohio. And if Barack Obama is to be the next president of the United States of America, the people in Ohio have to vote for him. So we need you to go out and tell your friends to vote. And you can even vote today. You don't have to stand in line on Tuesday. You can vote right now and where there are no lines. And it's just a few blocks from here. We need you to tell your friends to go out and vote. And we need you to take your relatives to go out and vote. To take your mom and dad out to vote. And then maybe go have dim sum afterwards, okay? All right? Let's have a dim sum party after we all vote, all right? To make it fun and easy. But this is about the future of America. It's about the future of your children. It's about jobs in Ohio. It's about taking care of our senior citizens. It's about countries having respect for America once again. So, all the people here from the Barack Obama campaign in Ohio, please raise your hand and wave. Come on, everybody who's working, no, if you're working on the campaign, if you're part of the campaign committee working the campaign offices, wave your hand so that we know who we can talk to in case you have a question, all right? So if you have any questions, any of the Barack Obama workers, campaign workers here, wave your hand. Come on, wave your hand, all right? So if you have any questions, go talk to them, okay? Great. So with that, any questions from the audience? Yes?
Greetings, sir. How are you? Greetings to everyone here. I am so glad to wake up to a new change. I am so glad. My name is Empress Sadiqa Hennigan, and I am definitely for Obama.